Good morning, anybody who decides to watch this today. I wanted to come on here a little bit more refreshed since I was really out of it when I came on last night for a little bit. Don't know if you saw it. I'll probably repost it. But now that I've had some rest, I wanted to say these things. For everybody that is an Atlanta Hawks fan, what are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? Is the goal to win or not to win? That is the question. By the way, I'll repost the poll today. Do you want the Hawks to win a championship or not? Do you want the Atlanta Hawks to win a championship this year? The Atlanta Hawks could win the championship this year. Y'all know that, right? If I have to be the only one on earth to want to believe something like that, I'll take the brunt of it. Because there's only two outcomes. They win or they don't. If they don't, but they get close, hey, I was almost right? I'd rather be that person than say they don't have a chance. But they have a chance to win the NBA Finals this year. We have shown as a group that we could play series, be competitive, and win against a better team. So what are we waiting for now? Why do we continue to hold ourselves back just cause? What do I mean by that, Chris? So, number one, why isn't Larry Nance playing? Why isn't Larry Nance playing? I just posted it earlier. I posted it on Miss D's response post late last night, or early this morning, however you want to look at it. But Larry Nance Jr. currently is shooting 63% from the floor. Nobody else on our team shooting 63% from the floor. He's shooting 55% from three. Nobody else on our team shooting 55% from three, not even Garrett. He shoots 75% from the free throw line. So don't you think at a certain point it'll be a good thing to have him on the floor? Even over Okongwu in the fourth quarter? Or at least have him in the game? Again, I don't know why he is not just replacing JJ off the bench as the power forward. Why can't we do that? Why can't we play 10 people? Because, again, playing 9 people worked up to a point, but the 9 people who play also makes a difference. And if you're not going to play Kobe anymore, and you're going to keep playing Vic, who's not giving you anything, why can't we play with Larry Nance Jr.? And just play 10 on 10 like all these other teams do against us. Larry Nance Jr. gives us an advantage. Again, Larry Nance Jr. is shooting 63% from the floor. He's shooting 55% from three. He shoots 75% from the free throw line. That's better than anybody else. Well, not the free throw line part, but the first two things are better than anybody else on our team. So does it make any sense to have Clint Capella in the fourth quarter when you got Larry Nance Jr. who can do those things? Clint Capella not finishing at the basket, and I'll get to that in a second. He's not hitting free throws, and he can't hit a three. He's 0% from three for his career. So why is Larry Nance being benched every single night at this point when we have an advantage? The other thing is Kobe Buffkin. Unfortunately, it ain't working out. For whatever reason that Quinn Snyder has benched him, it don't matter no more. He's a healthy scratch. We need a backup point guard. When Trae leaves the floor, it's chaos out there. It ain't cool. What are we doing? Bring Keith Wallace up. He's dunking on people in College Park right now. 24 points, all this kind of crap. So this is what I propose. And let me go through the game a little bit. Well, not the game, but again, I was up 3 o'clock, from 3 o'clock a.m. to whenever I got back home, driving through Atlanta and Conyers and then Noonan and dinner and meetings and all kind of stuff. So I only got to catch part of the last part of the game. So I didn't get to see the whole game and everything that happened. All I know is that we shouldn't have lost that game. Okay? Can't win a game missing 12 free throws. That's the garbage. That's ridiculous. Trae missed not going to do anything else this year, this is what we need to do. Because if we do what I propose, because guess what? We've done what I proposed 3 months ago. Everything that I said 3 months ago on Around the ATL, my show, go check it out if you get a chance, happened so far. Dyson is starting. Zach is starting. Bogey and Hunter are coming off the bench. Why did I say that had to happen? Because Bogey gives up too many points and Hunter don't play no defense. But Hunter can score and Bogey can score. So with the right usage, their 25 to 35 points off the bench will negate anything they might give up. And heck, maybe they might actually play a little defense too. That will help. But with Dyson and Zach on the floor as starters, it's going to be completely different than what we had last year with DJ and Bay and right? I said that. That's translated out. Okongwu has been closing the fourth quarter in most games. I said that had to change. I said Clint needs to come off the bench. So you're not going to bring him off the bench initially? Okay, fine. He can't play the fourth quarter no more, though. Because he can't do nothing for you in the fourth quarter. This is a proven fact. It's not conjecture. So Quinn Snyder has been doing that. Right? Right? And I said with Kobe was coming off the bench. Kobe, Bogey, Hunter, Nance wasn't playing, but Nance and Okongwu, that gives us the deepest bench the Hawks have had in forever. We have a veteran bench, a veteran lineup coming off the bench. Whatever Kobe and Okongwu can give you, it's going to be extra. And it's giving us an advantage that we have not had in a while. So when that first team goes off, Trae, Dyson, Zach, JJ, and Clint come off the bench, you have enough to where you can either maintain a lead. If you lost the lead, you can get back in it a little bit. Someone gets hot, Hunter or Bogey, whoever, hit a couple threes. You can maintain. It won't be such a precipitous drop-off to where the game is over anymore. And you've seen that by the ability of our team beating these good teams over the last couple of weeks. They were being real close to beating teams throughout the last couple of weeks. Where last year, all these would be losses. All these would be losses. Wouldn't even be close. Right? I said all that. And at the beginning of this season, what happened was we got a third layer of depth. Because since Roddy got to play some and Keaton got to play some, right? You can see that they can give us some value. Right? Now, we still haven't seen Barlow, but Barlow, again, I showed video of him this summer. Said, man, if he gets the chance to help us out, he can help us out too. And you still had Garrison and Vitt, who in limited minutes, very limited minutes, can give you a little something. Garrison more than Vitt because Garrison can actually shoot. But Garrison can't be out there for no 20 minutes, though, because he gives up too many points. I showed y'all that using game film. Garrison don't like guarding nobody. He'll sit in the paint. He'll be 30 feet away from his man, and his man always hits a free. And it happens 3 times a game at least. That's 9 points easily to the other team, given up for no reason. No reason at all. No reason at all. I said all of these things. But here it is now. It is December 15th. Kobe is not playing at all now. He's a healthy scratch he's been. He ain't hurt. You keep putting Vitt in. Vitt last night in 4 minutes, 58 seconds was 0 for 0 from the field. Oh my God. He zeroed out. I didn't even see that until just now. He zeroed out for the game. 5 minutes. He couldn't even get a rebound. He couldn't get an assist, a steal, a block, something. Not even a field goal attempt. Why was he even out there? We literally played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people last night. We played 8 people last night against the Milwaukee Bucks. What kind of foolery is that? Golly. So here's what I propose. Today, look, let me check something. Before I even say that, let me check something real quick before I continue. Let me check something real quick. Give me a second. The Chicago Bulls currently
are, oh, well, they're ninth. They're 11-15. I don't know. But here's why.
We trade Kobe Bucket. We trade Vic. We trade Clint for Vucevic. We call up Keaton Wallace for the rest of the season. There you go. We don't do anything else this season. That's your move. If we can't get Vucevic, you go and get Ayton. Can't get Ayton. Worst case scenario, I guess get Valanciunas because he can hit a jumper as well. Worst, crazy, dark horse scenario. Bring John Collins back because he's giving you 18 and 8 right now. His finger ain't hurt no more. He's a great help defender. He rebounds. He blocks shots. He finishes better than anybody on the Hawks. He finishes at 70-something% from 0 to 5 feet out. He can hit every jumper. He can hit the three. He has a better career average in three than anybody on our team except for Bogey. Still, remember, he had back-to-back seasons shooting 39 and 40% from three. John Collins does. He can also hit free throws. So him at the 5 would be great because guess what? You play with Trae again. One of the best pick-and-roll duos in the NBA at the time. Not contested, right? But anyway, let's say we got Vucevic. What does that accomplish all of a sudden? Okay? And bringing Keaton up. All of a sudden, you got Trae Young, Dyson, Zach, JJ, and Vucevic. And then you got Keaton Wallace, Bogey, Hunter, Nance, and O. And then your reserves, you got Garrison still. Find where Seth is hiding out at, wherever he might be. Give him a shot, right? Roddy the Body, right? Muhammad Gay, maybe he's ready now. Maybe, we'll see, right? And Barlow. That gives you 3 layers of depth. Excuse me. So now, excuse me. So now, if you have any injuries, you can maintain a whole heck of a lot better than we could a year ago. Missing 5 players, and the players that we missed. And look at our record, 46 losses. We were not better without 5 players last year. Okay. Keaton Wallace showed you he's a capable point guard. He can shoot the J, which means he can score, and he can pass. He can dribble the ball. He can handle those duties enough to give Trae some rest, and your whole team won't fall apart. Keaton Wallace out there with Hunter and Bogey and Nance, who's shooting 63% from the field, 55% from 3. And Okongwu, who can board, who can defense, who can block shots, who can hit shots, right? Okongwu, if you leave him open, he can hit an occasional 3. He can at least shoot the 3 and make you think he can hit it. Clint can't do that. What does that do with the starting lineup, though, which is more important? Trae Young could never get trapped again. You could never think about it. Even with Zach not doing nothing still on a game-to-game basis, he's still a threat because people know he can hit that shot. Jalen definitely is a threat, although he didn't hit no threes last night. But Vucevic is your threat. If you trap Trae, he's going to pass it to Vucevic, and Vucevic can hit it from anywhere on the court. You pass it to him. You pass it to him in the paint, you can turn around and hit it. Free throw line. You can pass it to him at the 17-foot mark, he can hit that shot. Pass it to him behind the three-point shot, he can hit that mark. This is what Vucevic is doing right now this season. I'm going to do this before I go through the Hawks numbers, and then I'm going to get out of here. What's today's date? The 15th? Did the Bulls no, the Bulls didn't play yesterday. Did the Bulls play? The Bulls. I'm trying to do this quickly. That's Charlotte. Oh, he didn't even play. Where is he at? Oh, crap. All right, so let's do it like this.
This is what Vucevic is doing this year. Currently, he's 21 a game, 9.8 rebounds a game, 3.2 assists. He can pass the ball a little bit. Shooting 58% from the floor, 47% from three, 85% from the free throw line. So you tell me how that is not good as opposed to what Clint is giving us each night. Explain it to me. Oh, well, Chris Clint plays better defense. Does he, though? No, he doesn't. He had 4 blocks last night. Okay, I give him credit for that. He erased 8 points, potentially. Right? But was that enough last night? Was those 4 blocks enough to negate what he shot last night and the 2 free throws that he missed last night? See, again, you got to have somebody who could do something on a nightly basis. You either got to be dominant on defense every night. Oh, man. I need to get some water. Or dominant on offense every night. I've always said that. If you can't do one thing, you got to do the other thing so well it don't matter. Shaq couldn't hit free throws. He hit all of his twos, though. He hit all of his twos. And he hit free throws when they mattered. Oh, also, he rebounded every night. Oh, also, he defended every night, too. He was dominant. I ain't asking Clint to be dominant. I'm asking him to be above average. Clint is not the defender he was in 2020 when he got some Defensive Player of the Year votes. He has not been that person since 2020. And a lot of that is because he don't have John out there playing help defense. It's just him out there now. That's just a fact. But my God, 10 years in the league and you still can't hit free throws. 10 years in the league and you still can't hit a jump shot. 10 years in the league and you still haven't developed any kind of touch around the basket. 10 years in the league and you can't hit a 3. He is 0% from 3. I don't need him to be 54% from 3. I need him to be 30% from 3. Are we asking too much from an NBA player making $20 million plus a year? That's crazy talk. Vucevic is giving you 21 points a night, 9.8 rebounds a game. So if you love rebounds, he's at 10 rebounds a game himself. He kills us all the time, don't he? Why is that happening still? Whatever. Who gave up the 24 points he had in the play-in game last year? Who gave up those points? Trae gave up 24 points to Vucevic last year? I showed you the game. Shot for shot. That did not happen. But anyway, 3.2 assists, 58% from the floor, 47% from 3, 85% from the free throw line. That means he hits all of his free throws. That means he hits almost every 3 that he shoots. That means he hits almost every field goal that he takes, whether it be inside or a jumper. And he takes a lot of jump shots. He takes a lot of jump shots. Vucevic does. So if you try to trap Trae, you leave your man to trap Trae, and he gets it to Vucevic. Vucevic can hit that shot every single time. He's going to hurt you. He ain't passing the ball to nobody else. He ain't turning the ball over trying to get the ball someone else awkwardly. He's turning around and he's shooting it. That's what other 5s in the NBA do. They shoot in 2024. It ain't the 90s. Y'all tired of the 90s, right? It ain't the 90s anymore. So that's what Vucevic gives you all of a sudden. Plus, let me scroll down a little bit. Let me just check something. No, he's not really a shot blocker, but he can block a game, though. Throw that in there. But here's his rebounding numbers since 2012. 11.9, 11, 10.9, 8.9, 10.4, 9.2, 12, 10.9, which is basically 11, 11.7, 11.8, 11.8, 11.5, 11, 11, 10.5. He's at 9.8 right now. He's going to help you out there. He's going to help you. Vucevic will help you if you like the rebound thing. He's giving his team 21 points a game. Vucevic is on 31 minutes a night. So don't tell me he can't help. You got Vucevic giving you that kind of production, and then you bring in Okongwu to spell him, who can do everything that Vucevic can do. He can hit a 3, he can hit his free throws, all of that.
That gives you an advantage that you've never had ever in Hawks history, because the Hawks are still, in 30 years, have not had a center, actually more than 50 years, just throw it all out there, who has averaged 20 points in the season before. Moses Malone was the last center the Hawks have had to do that. That was in the 80s. Bob Pettit before that, the last big to do that. Al Horford claimed close once, 18. That's as high as he's ever scored. Every night, though, every year. Vucevic is doing this yearly. Since 2018, it'll go one more back. 20 points, 19 points, 23 points, 24 points, 21 points, 17 points, 17 points, 18 points, 21 points. You give him the shots, he's going to hit them. His field goal attempts, when he had his, I'm going to just go back to the same year, 2018. And here's the deal. Yes, some of his shots might change since you do got JJ, but Trae wouldn't shoot as much. He wouldn't need to anymore. With Vucevic out there and JJ, are you kidding me? Can you imagine? I mean, Vucevic might be a 25-point guy all of a sudden. Trae Young will average 20 assists a game. He's still leading the league with at least 20 potential assists each night. And he's averaging 12. We're leaving all kinds of points on the floor. People not hitting shots or people not taking shots.
As I mentioned with Zach, who only took 3 shots the whole night. So let's go over to the game real quick. But that's why I'm saying we need to go ahead and make the move. What are we waiting for? Are we trying to win or not? I'm on the wrong page. What are we waiting for? Are we trying to win or not? So that's why I say let's go ahead and just trade Kobe, trade Vic, trade Clint. Let's go get Vucevic. If we can't get Vucevic, give 8.
He'll almost be an automatic 20 and 10 guy playing with the Hawks and playing with Trae. He can hit all the shots. I don't need 8 now. He ain't that great at 3. I don't need 8 and hitting 3s. I just need him to hit all the other shots. He's a threat. You have to guard him. Nobody has ever had to guard Clint Capella. Just shrug your shoulders, be like, walk away. Right? Because he ain't going to shoot it. He's going to pass it off. And those times he think he want to drive in on someone, he ain't hitting that shot either. How many times has he missed that shot this season? Last night. So this is what the Hawks did last night. Zach took 3 shots. He was 1 for 3. He played 16 minutes as a result, for the most part, because eventually it was good to keep him in there. He had 2 points. Jalen, 6 for 15 from the floor. That's 40%. He was over 4 from 3. He did have 10 rebounds. He had 4 assists. He had a steal. 15 points. By the way, before the game, I said Jalen couldn't start slow. Zach had to give us at least 10 to 15 for us to win the game, right? Bogey and Hunter had to give us good games again. And I said, Max needs to play this game. Clint went 3 for 8 last night. That's 37%. Over 2 from the free throw line. Had 8 boards. He had 4 blocks, though. He had a steal. He had 6 points, though. I say that Clint needed to have 10 points plus in this game. He had 6. Why did I say that?
Let me scroll down, tell you real quick. The reason I said that, because Brook
Lopez had 16. That's why. You got to even out what your guy does. If you can't stop your guy, you got to produce to equal it out. And that's why I always say, no matter what you want to say about Trae, first of all, he's not the one giving up all the points every night. But even if he was, he evens his out because he can produce each night. Per his points and assists, what he contributes to the team on offense would always negate whatever he gave up on defense. But he ain't the one giving up 30, 40. He doesn't give up 30, 40 points. He doesn't give up 20 points plus every night. Whoever he's the main defender on. I've shown you the tape to prove that. If you watch on Around the ATL. Shot for shot. That's why I did those reviews. I'm sure. Let's find out who's giving up all the points. Because you got to prove that statement. You can't just make that up. You can't just keep saying that.
Let's prove it. Let's see what happens in this game. Let's see what happens in that game. Let's see what happens in this game. Go watch if you want. Might scare you a little bit. But Brook Lopez was 7 of 10 from the floor last night. He was 2 of 5 from 3. Didn't rebound a lot. He only had 3 rebounds. But he had 16 points. He had 16 points. The Bucks only had 4 people in double digits last night. He was one of them. In the starting lineup, there was only 3 people in their starting lineup who had double digits, and Brook Lopez was one of them. We couldn't afford a 6-point night from Clint Capella last night, folks. Lillard had 25 and Giannis had 32, by the way. The other person who had double figures, of course, is our very favorite Bobby Portis, who had 10. He was 5 of 10 from the floor, had 9 rebounds. But let me go back to our starting lineup again.
Where's that leave off? Clint was 3 for 8. Like I said, 37% from the floor. He can only hit shots from the inside. He was 3 for 8. See, that it wouldn't be a big deal if he could hit shots from other places, but that's the only place he can hit from. So if that's the only place you can hit from, you got to hit all your shots, guys. This is basketball. I'm not talking about anything complicated. Night after night, you can't go from going 50% from the floor to 37% from the floor when you're the 5 and you're the starting 5. You can't go 7 to 10 for 10 one night and 3 for 11 another night when this is the only shot you got. I'm sorry. You can't. Sorry, you can't. It doesn't help us. How is that helping us? And you're not stopping the other player. And or you're not stopping layups sometimes. A lot of times. Anyway, Dyson first. Dyson was 5 of 10 from the field, 50%, but he went 0 for 3 from 3. He went 1 of 4 from the free throw line. So he had the worst free throw percentage of the team last night, unfortunately. He did have 8 rebounds. He had 5 assists. He had a steal. He had a block. He had 11 points. Trae, 9 of 18 from the floor, 50%, 3 of 5 from 3, 60%, 14 from 17 from the free throw line. He did miss 3. Right? Did miss 3 of those suckers. At halftime, the Hawks had missed 6 free throws. The deficit was 6 points. That was almost the game right there. We literally lost this game on free throws, y'all. But anyway, he had 7 boards. He had 10 assists. He had a block. 35 points. Trae's fault, though, obviously. Dre, 5 of 16 from the floor. That's 31%. He did go 3 of 6 from 3. He missed 2 free throws as well, though. He was 2 of 4 from the free throw line. I'm going to do something in a second just to show you how just terrible that fourth quarter was. He had 7 rebounds, though. Again, I'm giving him credit. He's rebounding this year, y'all. I said he should be getting 7 rebounds a game. Every game. Instead of 4 for his career. He also had 3 assists. Y'all know he don't like to pass the ball. He's passing the ball a little bit this year, too. He had 15 points. Okongwu was 2 of 5 from the floor, 40%. He hit both his threes. See, there you go. Hit both of his threes. 2 of 2. He can hit the shot. He hit both of his free throws. 2 of 2. I'm not asking a lot. He had 8 points in his 19 minutes. And then Bogey was 4 of 7 from the floor, 57%. He hit 2 of 3 from 3. He had 1 board, 1 assist. 10 points. So Hunter and Bogey gave you the 25 points off the bench. So that's cool. Okongwu only took 5 shots. Kind of out of the norm. Probably could have had a couple more. But again, why is Larry Nance not in the game when he shoots 63% from the floor, 55% from 3, and 75% from the free throw line, instead of having Vic in there for 4 minutes and 58 seconds for no good reason, and gave you a 0 all the way across. Vic literally gave you 0 all the way across, except for his 2 personal fouls. So you just put him in there for fouls now? Is that what we're doing? It makes no sense. So let's just trade Kobe, who's a healthy scratch every game now. Trade Vic. Vic can't play if he ain't on the team. Moneyball, right? Landry got to step up and help our team win. Why are we going to just let Trae do Dame Lillard in Portland? league for that matter. Why are you really going to let that happen? You're going to let one of the best passers in our generation just, it don't matter if we win or lose. It don't matter. We ain't going to compete. We have a shot to literally win the Eastern Conference this year. I said this 3 months ago. I said first that we will finish at least 6th in the East if they do the usage as I projected. We can do it. But I'm upping the ante now. We can win the Eastern Conference. I'm not saying we're going to be first in the East. I'm saying we can be there at the end and win the East this year. We can do that. We should do it. But not without not playing Larry Nance and not without having a center that can do everything and not just one thing. Rebounding is cool. Rebounding is a result of someone missing a shot. But I would prefer stopping a lot of shots to an extent. Because getting rebounds without stopping the shots don't really mean that much. Do they? Brook Lopez had 16 points last night. What if he only had, I don't know, 8 points last night? Think the Hawks have a better chance to win this game? Because Brook Lopez ain't having the best season of his career this year.
Let me check that real quick. Brook Lopez currently, y'all, he's averaging 11 points a game. He had 16. Why couldn't we keep him at his average at least? You see what I'm saying? You see how these little things become huge things all of a sudden? He's averaging 11 points. We gave him 16. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Nobody else on the Milwaukee Bucks were hurting us. Well, AJ Green, we gave up 3 3-pointers to him. Dame Lillard shot 5 of 14 from the 3-point stripe, y'all. He shot 8 for 21 in the game. He had his 20 to get his 25 points. You see what I'm saying? We were winning. This game was ours to win. Greek Freak, okay, cool, whatever. 10 for 15 from the field. He didn't even take a 3. He took 18 free throws. We know that. You should have heard Steve Holman. Giannis is at the free throw line again. You know that tone he has, right? Because I didn't get to watch the game again. I was driving all through Conyers and in Atlanta yesterday, most of the game, so I just was able to hear it on 92.9. Giannis had 9 assists. He had 4 blocks on us. Block party. The Bucks shot 31% from 3. The Hawks shot 41% from 3, and we lost the game. We lost the game. We basically shot the same field goal percentage. Oh, you know what I forgot to look at before I get to the quarter by quarter? The Hawks only gave up 42 points in the paint, and we lost the game. We only gave up 1 second chance point, and we lost that game? I'm just looking at this for the first time this morning. I was too tired last night to do this. We gave up 1 second chance point and 42 points in the paint to the Bucks, and we lost the game? Are you serious? Because y'all know how I look at that. Those are the things that usually beat us. And I said, I've already showed y'all, broke it down, how much better we're doing at these categories that almost all the time beat us in 2023. Points in the paint, second chance points, fast break points, and 3-pointers. The Hawks only gave up. Oh, shoot. Did I do that? I didn't do that right. The Hawks only gave up. Well, they did give up 14 threes last night. But at 31%, though. They had to earn them. But we only gave up 1 second chance. But here's what did beat us, though. Not the free throws, not the threes, 23 fast break points. That, at the end of the day, beat us more than everything else. That hurt. Even though we kind of negated it with our 15, but it still hurt. But we only gave up 42 points to the Bucks, and we lost that game. 1 second That's egregious, y'all. That just don't even make no sense. That really pisses me off now. Now I'm really mad. Now I'm really mad. Trade Kobe.
Trade Clint for Vucevic. Is that wrong? I tried to make that. Vucevic gives you 21 and 10 right now. Shooting 40-something, 45% from three. 47 actually. 47! He's hitting half of his three-pointers. You put Vucevic in our lineup, we don't lose games. We almost can't lose games unless you just don't play nobody. You play Vucevic and Larry Nance, I'm not going to say we could destroy the East, but we could destroy the Eastern Conference. We could destroy the Eastern Conference because when you take JJ out, you put Larry Nance in there. His finishing ability, just dunking on folks. He can hit a three. He can dunk on you as easy as he can hit a three. You can't say that all the time. So when you have someone who is awesome.
Again, JJ didn't hit a three last night. He went 0 for 4 from 3, guys. Dyson went 0 for 3 from 3. Trae and Hunter went 50 and 60% from 3. Trae was 60%, Hunter was 50%, and Okongwu was 100%, and Bogey was 66%. Which is why we shot 41% for the game. But Dyson and JJ didn't hit a shot. And Zach only took 1 3-pointer the whole game. What if you had Vucevic in there all of a sudden? What if you had Larry Nance in there all of a sudden? So here's what happened quarter for quarter, real quick. So in the first quarter,
Zach took 1 of his 3 shots the whole game in the first quarter. Jalen was 2 of 5 in the first quarter, 0 of 2 for 3. Clint was 1 of 4 in the first quarter. Trae also was 1 of 4 in the first quarter. Hunter was also 1 of 4 in the first quarter. Bogey, though, was 3 of 4 in the first quarter.
Okay. Second quarter. This is, again, I'm just telling you what happened here. In the second quarter,
Zach took his 2 last shots of the game. He was 1 of 2. Remember, he only took 3 shots the whole game. So that his game was basically over at that point. Jalen was 0 for 2 in the second quarter. Clint didn't take a shot in the second quarter. Dyson was 2 of 5, missed both of his threes. Trae only took 1 shot in the second quarter. And then Hunter was 2 of 5. Okongwu was 1 of 3, hit 1 of his threes. Bogey was 1 of 3, hit 1 of his threes in the second quarter.
So there you are at halftime. Remember, we were down 6 because we had missed 6 free throws, right? Third quarter. Again, Zach didn't take a shot in the third quarter.
Jalen was 2 of 4 in the third. Clint tried to make up for some of it, was 2 of 3. Okay. Dyson was 3 of 3. Trae was 6 of 7, hit 2 threes. Hunter was 1 of 4 in that third quarter, though. And then Okongwu hit his other 3-pointer. He was 1 of 1. That was the only shot he took. Hit a 3. Bogey didn't take a shot
In the third, Vic, his 2 minutes, 15 seconds, didn't take a shot. Remember, he zeroed out for the night. Then in the fourth quarter,
Jalen was 2 of 4. Clint was 0 for 1. Dyson 0 for 2. Trae 2 for 6. Hunter 1 for 3. Ball game. We were 5 of 16 in that third quarter. What if we had Vucevic to play that fourth quarter? Just think about that. A man that's shooting. Again, do I need to read it again?
let's go back and read what Vucevic is doing one more time. Just for the heck of it. Just for the heck of it, right? He is shooting. Oh, I hit the wrong button again. Hold on. 58% from
47% from 3. He is hitting half of his 3-pointers, and he's shooting 85% from the free throw line. He is averaging 21 points and 9.8 rebounds a game, plus 3.2 assists. Vucevic on this team makes us an automatic contender for everything as far as I'm concerned. if Larry Nance also plays, and you just call up Keaton Wallace as our backup point guard. Did y'all see that dunk Keaton Wallace threw down? I'm not just talking about calling him up because of the dunk, but because he can actually shoot the ball. He can actually score. He can actually even out production for the minutes that Trae don't play to where you're just not going to zero out at that position. And Keaton has shown it this season.
Let's see if I can do this off the fly. I hadn't done this in a while, but I got time this morning. Now, his shooting percentages ain't great. Don't get me wrong, in the 12 games that he's played. But he's giving you 5 points a game. 4.7, you want to be exact about it, right? But he's giving you 5 points a game. That's better than what Vitt is giving you, though. And he has the ability to get you even more, which he has shown. Right? You have to guard him because he can hit that three. He can hit a three-point shot. He ain't hitting a great percentage, but he can hit it. Let me see if I can pull up College Park real quick. Trying to do this with my wrong hand. It usually will populate. Oh, you know what? I hadn't done a lot of College Park stuff today, or the last couple of weeks. College Park Skyhawks. Here we go. Let's see if I can pull up what he's doing down there in CP. College Park. What is that? Resident night? What is it? What the heck is that? Team. There's Keaton. Currently, he's averaging 16 a night, 47%, 38% from three, giving you 5 boards, 8 assists, 2 steals, 0.6 blocks. He's balling down there. He's giving you 16 and 8 right now. He's in the swing of it right now. Call him up. Let him play backup point guard. Let him give us 8 and 4 each night. He can give us 8 points plus, 4 assists plus off the bench. And that would be just enough because you would have Bogey, Hunter, Nance, and Okongwu. I would take that out, and I've said this. I would take our twos against most of the twos in the NBA. Hands down, it's a veteran bunch outside of what was supposed to be Kobe, but outside of Keaton, you got a veteran in Bogey, a veteran in Hunter, a veteran in Nance, and a veteran in Okongwu. And all of them can do their jobs. Bogey and Hunter can score. Nance can score and give you effort on defense. Okongwu can give you defense. He can hit his shots. He can also hit his free throws. That keeps you engaged. We were in the game last night. Weren't we? Sure were. Sure were. But if you had a better player at the 5 position, we would be almost unstoppable. We would be unstoppable. We're doing this. Look, just think about this. Clint is giving you 10 points and 9.4 boards a night, y'all. What if we were getting 21 and 10 each night? Like, how does that not register to anybody of how much better that would be? Again, 2014 to 2024, what is this? NBA ID challenge. What is this? 0% from 3. Zero 3 points, 3-pointers attempted. 0 3-pointers made in 10 seasons. You know how absurd that is to say that out loud? In today's, air quotes, today's NBA? Oh, well, that's not.
Why isn't it his game now, though? Why? You got to be able to hit all your shots. You got to be able to hit all of your shots inside. He is currently shooting lowest field goal percentage since. Well, shoot, he's at the last. Okay, so let me just break it down to y'all real quick. Rookie season, he shot 48% from the floor. He don't shoot no other shot. Okay? Rookie season, he only played 12 games. Next season, he shot 58% from the floor. Played 77 games, 19 minutes. But he don't shoot no other shot. Third season, he shot 64%. Then 65, then 64, then 62, then 59, then 61, 65. In the last two seasons, he shot 57 and 50, and right now, currently, he's at 57% from the field. But he only can take shots from the inside, and usually those are based off passes from somebody. Because he does not get his own shot 95% of the time. Again, every now and again, he'll get the ball, he'll be kind of like at the elbow, he'll, try to take a dribble drive or whatever, and, stuff happens. It might go in, it might not. But it definitely ain't no sure thing. Per the field goal percentage telling you ain't a sure thing, for crying out loud. Free throw percentage. His rookie year, he shot 17% from the free throw line. The next year, 37. The next year, 53, 56. His highest, 63, 52, 57, 47, 60, 63, currently at 53% from the free throw line. How do you go 10 years and do that? I don't get it. I don't understand it. So again, does the rebounds negate what I just told you? Not really, not no more. It just can't. Not how the team is currently constructed. It just can't. We can't float that no more, is what I'm saying. At a certain point, you got to even out something. If winning is important, if competing with the best is important. That's why I did a show on Around the ATL. And again, if you want, go watch Around the ATL. I've posted it like a billion times, but I didn't post it in this particular video. But you can go to IMTN Worldwide Radio on YouTube. That's my broadcast channel. Click on subscribe, and you can watch Around the ATL for the last couple months. You see me breaking all this stuff down in very much detail. And for the people who don't like to read, there's video as well. So, what was I about to say? Oh, that's why I had did a show showing all the centers in the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference. We only play the Western Conference twice a year, but we play the East a whole heck of a lot. And you go through all these different centers, and I call it out. Okay, here are all the centers. Who does Clint beat out in all these lists? Who does Clint beat out? And then in the West, who does Clint beat out? Who does Clint match up with? Because it's not enough to just say, well, he plays well against. Is he stopping them? Because if he's playing well against them but not stopping them, that don't really count. I'm sorry, it just don't. It don't. Sorry. You got to shut them down. You got to stop them. You got to stop them from doing what they usually do. We let Brook Lopez, who's scoring 11, score 16. That helps his team. Don't help us. Does it? You got to stop them. You got to do it every night. Otherwise, it doesn't really mean that much to do it once in a while, does it? Does it? We need to do something. We need to do it now. We can't wait and waste more years of our players that we have on the team that still signed and still might be here for a period of time. Because right now, on the technical side, we're wasting Hunter's best season ever, as far as I'm concerned. We're wasting it. It ain't just Trae. We're wasting it. We're wasting Dyson Daniels. We're wasting him. We're wasting Jalen Johnson right now. We're wasting time. It don't make no sense to do it. Are we trying to win or not? We have shown we can beat teams. We can beat them in succession. We've beaten the Knicks twice this year. They're supposed to be contenders. We've beaten the Cavs twice this year. They're supposed to be contenders. We beat Boston without Trae. They're definitely a contender. You mean to tell me we're not going to make no moves? We're just going to stand pat and just be like, we'll just take
10 from Clint each night, hopefully each night. Gave us 6 last night, and we're going to just be satisfied with that. We're not even going to play Larry Nance. Like, how do you like functionally like think that's cool? And you see the final score of that game last night in front of everybody. I showed you quarter for quarter what happened, right? I showed you the game end results, right? I showed you that we held the Bucks to 42 points in the paint and 1 second chance point, and we lost that game. I showed you that. And you're trying to tell me that having someone like
we don't win that game hands down. We don't win that game handily, possibly. You get a center that scores 10 more points a game than Clint Capella, we win all these games that we've lost this year. You can never trap Trae anymore. You could never do it. If we had someone you had to actually, we got to guard this guy. This guy pops out. He's going to hit. So you can't leave your man, sir. You can't even help. You can't leave your guy. He can hit that shot. He can finish inside. He can hit this baby. Whatever it is, he can hit that shot. So now you're truly one-on-one having to guard Trae, wherever you are on the court. You got to think about that. That means the world. See, and again, I don't post them up a lot. I haven't been playing basketball lately either. I might come out of retirement tonight. We'll see. I've been hurt, and then I just wasn't feeling right. But when I play, you have to guard me. I make you guard me. Because everybody knows I can hit that shot at the top of the key. They can't just let me shoot it. They can't. They can think about it, but they can't really let me. Because then I'll get hot and I'll just start shooting that for the rest of the night. Don't let me go crazy. And I'm not even selfish like that. But if you're gonna just insult me, I'm gonna start shooting. I'm gonna pretend like I was 21 years old again. Okay, well I'm not. So I usually post up and I let my guys shoot. I post up and make people double team me and get somebody open. I post up and I'm looking to pass the ball. Who's cutting? Y'all need to cut. Y'all need to swing around so I can get y'all to pass. Because I'm trying to get 7 passes tonight. See, I'm a passer in my head. I'm proud of passing the ball. I'm not selfish. I don't have to shoot. If I know I got enough shooters to win the game, I'm like, y'all cut. I'm giving y'all the ball. That's why I say every game, almost. I'm going to set you a screen. You better shoot. Because your screen is going to clear your man out the way. You better be ready. It's coming. You don't know when it's coming. It's going to be like an RKO out of nowhere, but it's coming. And always just pop out at the most opportune time for my teammate to shoot the ball. Because I'm trying to win the game. My goal is to win the game. And if somebody comes over, guess what I do? I cut to the basket, and I get the pass, and I lay it up where they foul me. Usually they foul me because they don't want me laying it up. I get fouled a lot, obviously. I'm the biggest, usually the biggest and the tallest guy out there. I'm the big. I do everything I'm supposed to do to win the game. On defense, I'm not going to let my small 5'5" point guard try to guard my guy, who is bigger and heavier than him. I'm going to come over and double team. Or if there's enough time, we switch back. Again, all these things that we weren't doing in 2023, we're actually doing them a little bit now. And that's also translating to having a better record overall, just playing better. Because we're doing some of those things now. We're calling out stuff a little bit more. Not a lot, but we're starting to do it more. But my God, we're actually rotating a little bit. Yeah, we're doing those little small things that were beating us all last year with different people on the floor. Addition by subtraction. But we're wasting it because we won't do the last thing that we really need to do to be truly competitive and actually have a center that can do everything. Why are we, what's the word I'm looking for? Why are we not self-deprecating? That's not the right word. There was another word I was trying to think of, a college word. I can't think of it this early in the morning. Dang, it's 10:30. I gotta hurry up. I'll just use the phrase, why are we, I'm trying to think of a good word to describe this because it really goes into the emotion of it. just because we got to keep Clint. And hopefully someone shares this video with everybody in Hawksland. I hoping you do. But is it really that important to keep Clint rather than win right now? Nikola Vucevic is averaging 21 and 10. He's shooting 47% from three. He finishes all of his shots. He always hurts us. He could be doing that for our team and making it virtually impossible, not just to trap Trae, but to trap anybody on our team in the starting lineup or whoever's on the floor with him. You can't do it. Imagine how many more open threes when Vucevic goes into the post, because he could also post up. And again, here's the thing about the post. Sometimes you can post up without actually posting up. Sometimes you just post up and then rotate, just curl, just move without the ball, just cut. He don't have to actually go for no bucket. He can just be dribble, and see who opens up and then pass him the ball. He averages 3 assists a game. He's a good passer. Why can't we have that for once in our lives? Why are we being why are we just being ignorant? Are we trying to win or not? Is the goal to win all the games or not? Is the goal to win the championship or not? Because the Hawks literally could win the East this year. They have enough tools to win the Eastern Conference. We have one of the better players in the NBA on our team in Trae Young. We have another one of the better players in the NBA in Jalen Johnson on the same doggone team. That's 2 potential all-stars on your team. We got the possible defensive player of the year on our team in Dyson Daniels. He's making everybody's lives miserable out there. They're so sad and depressed. And then you got the possible 6th man of the year in Hunter on our team. That's 4 top players on the same team. Usually, you do good things with that. That's how other teams have been winning over the years. You have multiple people who qualify in those different structures, categories, whatever you want to call them, right? You got multiple all-stars, multiple this, multiple that. 1 or 2 of them, 1 or 2 or 3 of them, right? Hawks have that this year. But we need to finish it out and get someone better at hitting shots than Clint Capella. Anybody. Heck, worst case scenario that I mentioned earlier in this video. First, said Vucevic. Second would be Ayton. Third, although I really wouldn't want to do it, Valanciunas. Okay. Dark horse, bring John Collins back. He's getting 18 and 8 right now, hitting all his shots. He was hitting all his shots except for 3 2 years ago, but he can still hit those baselines, and he can still finish at the rim. He just wasn't hitting those threes. We made him a 3-point shooter for some stupid reason. Instead of just posting him up and letting him hit his turnaround J. Because we're stupid. But he's giving you 18 and 8 right now. And then he'd be playing with Trae Young again, which will make them one of the best pick and roll duos in the NBA again all of a sudden, right? Because he finishes 70+% at the rim. Nobody on our team does that. But anyway, but if you don't do any of those things, just trade Clint for a really good backup point guard, and then let Larry Nance start at the 5. Larry Nance is shooting 63% from the floor and 55% from 3. Why not? Let Larry Nance give us 16, 17 points a game. It's not 21 a game like Vucevic, but it's still 6-7 points higher than what Clint can give you every night. Clint gave us 6 points last night and 8 rebounds. He was 3 for 8 from the floor. I'm not saying that Clint has to go 100% from the floor, but he got to go 60% at least, though. Right? Because that's the only shot he can hit. Right? What was the final score again? 110, my bad, to 102. So we lost that game by 8 points. So Clint give us 16 and 8 every night? I mean, yeah,
The highest Clint has ever had in his career. Let's go back real quick. Let's see if it'll let me go back. I don't think so. So I'll just type in his name real quick. And then I gotta go. The highest he's ever scored. What am I looking at? Okay, this is too hard to look. Let me go over here. The highest average he's ever scored in his career.
Hey, guess what? It's 16 points a game. He did that for the Houston Rockets in 2018. So it's possible. He ain't doing it. Clint Capella, here's it, and let me just finish this out like this. His rookie season, 2 points a game. Second season, 7 points a game. Third season, 12. And then from there, 13.9, 16, 13.9, 15, and that was 2020. He had 15 and 14 year for the Atlanta Hawks. Since then, for the Atlanta Hawks, 11 points, 12 points, 11 points. He's currently averaging 10 points a game right now. That's not enough to help your team win. It ain't enough. It just isn't. Not in today's league. It ain't my fault that all the teams have to shoot 53s a game. It ain't my fault. It ain't my fault that I ain't doing that, right? But in today's league, you got to be one of those guys who can hit a 3-point shot every now and again in the middle of your lineup. You got to be able to take a couple threes and hit a couple threes every now and then. And again, I wouldn't need Clint to hit 50% from 3. 55% from 3 like Larry Nance, 47% like Vucevic. I just need Clint to be able to hit 30%, 32%. I just needed him to look like he can hit one straight up every now and again. Like, you gotta bring your man up because you're top of the key. If you look like you're gonna pump into a shot, I gotta come out and guard you because you can hit that. Nothing but net. Every now and a blue moon, you can hit it. Just like a Congu can. Congu hit both of his threes last night. What if you just started Okongwu and just had him play 25 minutes last night? You probably win that game. Probably win the game. That didn't happen. What if you just played Nance? Heck, what if you just played Nance the 5 minutes that Vic got? Nance could have hit 2 threes, right? That's 6 points right there. Right? Vic didn't even take a shot last night. Besides zeroing out all the other categories, he didn't even take a shot. And Zach, unfortunately, didn't take but 3 shots. So you mean to tell me you basically pulled Zach and you decided just not put nobody else in to try to help you win this game? It ain't enough, y'all. We're not doing enough to win. And it don't make no sense anymore. If we're not going to play Kobe, we're going to healthy scratch him. He has no value on the team anymore. If you don't believe he can do it, why is he still on the roster? Let's stop the foolery. Vic can't help us. Let's stop the foolery. He ain't a backup point guard. He's not that. There's nothing that he there's nothing that he does exceptionally well to keep saying he has value on our team. I'm sorry. This can't be feel good Sunday anymore. I think, but I had to think about what day of the week it was. We gotta win. That's why I did the poll. I'll do another poll later on. Do you want the Hawks to win the championship this year? It can happen. It certainly could happen. You never know. Nobody thought that the Dallas Mavericks with Dirk as the 5th seed in the West could win the NBA title. And what did they do? Right? They beat Portland. They beat the Lakers. They beat OKC. And then they beat the Miami Heat. Guess I won't eat now. Supposed to be meeting my family at the house later today. Now we're talking about getting some wings and stuff. I wasn't planning to be there that much. But anyway, they were the 5th seed. You see what I'm saying? So why can't the Hawks win a championship? 2 games away from beating the Milwaukee Bucks 3 years ago in the Eastern Conference Finals. We were 2 games away, 2 wins away from going to the finals. Because if we had went to those finals against the Phoenix Suns, we probably beat them. Everybody knows it. I know it. You should know it, right? But Adam Silver told the ref to get in Trae's way, and Trae, unfortunately had that injury. And that was it, right? Fortunately, if we had just, what if Hunter hadn't been hurt after the Knicks series? What if Kevin Huerter had given us something during the Milwaukee series? Just something. Just something. He didn't give us nothing. But anyway, that's a whole other story. I have a show about Huerter that we go to watch. But here we are with an obvious better team. It's obvious, you can't contest it. We are better from a year ago. We are better. Oh, Chris, the record don't reflect that? The record actually does reflect it a little bit. It does reflect it. Because the first part of the season, we had everybody hurt. A whole bunch of people were hurt. All discombobulated. The moment we got healthy and we got in stride, we were winning games left and right. Hit a snag with Denver. We came and beat the Knicks, right? Should have beat the Bucks right here. So this is a little bit of but we're still above 500. We're not 8 games again.
We're the standings. And this does matter as well. Again, do you want the Hawks to win a championship? Again, some of y'all just don't have the right tone. The Hawks
currently, where are we at? 8.5 from first in the conference. We're 14 and 13 currently. Everybody else behind us are 4 games or more under 500. Okay? The Pacers are in 8 at 11 and 15. Bulls 11 and 15. Nets 10 and 15. Pistons 10 and 16. Philly 7 and 16. Charlotte 7 and 18. Toronto 7 and 19. And the Wizards 3 and 20. The Bucks are a game above us right now in 6th per their win against us. The Miami Heat are also 7.5 back, so they're virtually tied for basically, I guess, the 5th. Well, the 5th, I don't know how you go into that. But Miami's in 5th at 13 and 10. Milwaukee's in 6th at 14 and 11. And then the Knicks are 15 and 10. So in the loss column, look, Orlando is in 3rd at 17 and 10. So between 7th and 3rd, there's a 3-game gap. 3 games in the loss column. That's how close we are to being 3rd in the East. Right there. You can't tell me that all of a sudden having Vucevic averaging 21 and 10 for our team wouldn't put us in 3rd place in the East. At least. Possibly 2nd. Because now all of a sudden you'd have somebody who can go toe-to-toe with the Latvian Dirk and Porzingis. Toe for toe. Production for production. You can't keep having the centers or the other team scoring 20 plus and your guy gets 10 and think that's equal. If your guy gets 20 and you get 10, were you stopping your guy? Was that good defense? My goal when I play is my guy can't score. I don't care where he is on the court. I don't care who my guy is. If I get switched on someone, you can't score now for this possession until I get back to my guy. Even if you're Trae Young or Ja Morant or CP3, you're faster than me, I still can't let you score. I got to depend on my guys to let me know where the screen is coming from. I got to go next. Now he's asking me for stuff. I know to either be able to fight through it. Can I go over the top? Can I go under it? What do I need to do? Can I negate the screen in the first place? What can I do? Do I hedge the screen? What do I do? Chris, I got your back if he gets by you. So now I know I got team help behind me because people are communicating. I can also trail, see if I can block it from behind if I'm quick enough to catch up if somebody don't commit an offensive foul on me because that's what they like to do usually. Or we just switch back to our man to equal that out. But my goal is make sure that my guy as a center doesn't score. If I do my job, we have a chance to win every time. And we win a lot when I play. When I get picked up, the reason I keep getting picked up all these years later, because they know my goal is to try to win the game. My goal is, Chris ain't trying. I don't have the mindset, oh, Chris is just trying to get his. No, I ain't trying to do that. I'm not trying to shoot. The only time I'm going to shoot is if I'm wide open, or it's within the context of the game. If it's a pick and roll, something like that, yeah, I'm going for a score. But if I'm like at the top of the key or whatever, I'm not trying to shoot right then and there because I know who I got on my team who can shoot even better. But I can hit my shot though. Don't get me wrong. And then if my guys ain't hitting those shots, then I have to try to score now. And I go into that mode to be like, okay, I need to be more of a scorer. I need to do a little bit more now. I need to be a little bit more aggressive. But I'm old. I ain't trying to get hurt out there either. I ain't trying to dunk on folks and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just saying that. But you let me get into, the mode, I'll hit my turnaround jumper, and I'll hit a wide open three a couple of times on you. And I'll say it. Should have came out. You see what I'm saying? But I'm trying to win the game. Are we trying to win games doing what we're doing right now? And my answer is no, we are not. We need to be doing more. There's no excuse for Larry Nance not to be playing when he's shooting 63% from the floor and 55% from three and 75% from the free throw line. There's no excuse for him not to be playing. It's embarrassing at this point. We're not trying to win games like that. Larry Nance needs to be playing every night. JJ comes out the game, Nance comes in. Nance and Okongwu need to be on the floor at the same time. That gives us an advantage. It gives us an advantage. We're not going to play Kobe. Vic can't play. You need to go ahead. And again, my trade is you trading Vic and Kobe and Clint for one player and calling up Keaton Wallace. And let him be our backup point guard. He's averaging 16 and 8 down in College Park. Let him average 8 and 4 for us and keep things even. Whole team we're not going to just collapse with just nothing going on when Trae goes off the floor. You can still have some scoring, you still have some ball movement, all that kind of good stuff. He can get his scores. We can maintain that. But with Vucevic in that starting lineup, you can never trap Trae again in life. And Vucevic can hit every shot on the floor. He's proven it for so many years. Again, you go back and watch the beginning of the video if you're late. I just rolled down everything he's done in his career. He can hit all the shots all the time, and he rebounds. He's everything we need for us to win a championship. He would make us a dominant team on offense. He bores. He bores just like everybody else on our team bores. We lost this game yesterday despite the fact that we only gave up 42 points in the paint and 1 second chance point to the Milwaukee freaking Bucks, and we lost the game anyway. I wish I had seen that this morning, because now I'm really hot. I'm mad, man. We need to finish this out. Landry needs to finish this out. We can't, again, I said this 3 months ago on around the ATL plenty of times, that the moves that he did make were similar to the moves made in 2020 after the 2018 and 2019 trash seasons, the Trash Brothers and all that stuff that happened there. But then all of a sudden, 2020, we had Clint, we had Bogey, we had Gallo, we had Solo, we had Lou Will, we had a veteran bunch of guys to help these young kids, and it resulted in us being 2 games away from the NBA Finals. And then after that, we did nothing. We just said, we'll just do nothing now. While all the other teams in the East said, oh, we got to do some more. The Knicks team has completely transformed their team in 4 years. Boston has been to the finals twice, won one. Miami has been to the finals twice, didn't win, but they won But this summer, we did some things. Some of it was addition by subtraction, right? Talked about that in detail. But here we are now, and it's obvious we can compete with anybody. And so now we're just going to be satisfied with just competing with everybody instead of actually outright beating people, because we can outright beat people right now. We've had the best point guard in the game, and we're just wasting him. People talking about, oh, well, he's changed. No, Trae ain't changed. We just got more people hitting shots and more people doing their jobs individually. When you do that, you win more. That's just it. That's how it works. You see what I'm saying? As opposed to all the other teams who has their guy who does whatever they're supposed to do, and then everybody else always have been doing what they're supposed to do, and they win more. That's how it works. That's how it works. That's how you have championship teams. Because this player gets 13 points every night. This player hits 5 threes every night. This person gets 4 blocks every night. This person sets the best screens every night. This person always gets back down on defense every night. We gave up 23 fast break points last night. We lost the game because of that, by the way. This person rotates to the open 3 guy every time. You see what I'm saying? When you have that happen more than not, you win. When you don't, is this light on? No. When you don't, you don't. And we haven't. 46 losses last year tells you that. Shooting guards averaging 30 points a game last year tells you that. Small forwards averaging 27 points a game tells you that. It wasn't happening. It wasn't happening. And Trae missed 28 of those games. It wasn't happening. It wasn't happening in the 28 games that he missed. Because if it had been, we wouldn't have lost 14 of those games. Facts. We won 14 and we lost 14. We should have went, if things were so much better without Trae, we should have went 21-7 without Trae. Heck, 28-0. What are we talking about? If we had a better team. 2022, when John Morant missed 28 games, they went 21-7. That means they had a better team. They're not better without John Morant, though. They just had a better team. Overall, that team is 18 games under 500 without John Morant. The Hawks have lost 33 games without Trae Young all time so far. That's not better in my book. If they were 61-0 without Trae Young, you might have an argument, but you don't, because they don't have 61 wins without Trae Young. You see how that works? You're supposed to want to have a team good enough to maintain things when some of your better players aren't playing. That's what you should want. That's what you strive for. That's what the draft is for. That's what free agency is for. You see what I'm saying? That's what trades are for. It's to get better. It's to pull those people, those pieces, to say, if you got this person down, this person can step up and give you an extra such and such a game in such and such minutes over a period of time or whatever. That didn't happen for us last year, guys. We have 46 losses to prove it. We didn't have enough to come off our bench to qualify things for when Sadiq Bey and Trae and JJ and Okongwu and Hunter in his 25 games that he misses each year were out. Because if we had, we wouldn't have had the record that we had last year. At minimum, we would have had home court in the play-in. At minimum. And I broke that down to y'all specifically last year. After the last victory of 2023 against the Detroit Pistons, where we let Malachi Flynn drop 50 on us, and still nobody explains why we let Malachi Flynn drop 50 on us. The next 3 losses that were without Trae Young was against Dallas, Denver, and the Heat. And nobody can explain why we lost those 3 games in a row, why we gave up 18 threes, 23 threes, and 18 threes in 3 straight games without Trae Young being on the floor. And then Trae's first game, he doesn't play the fourth quarter, and we give up a 92-77 lead at the top of the fourth, and we lose 115-114. Nobody can explain that. Nobody can explain the Minnesota game
where Rudy Gobert goes 10 for 10 from the floor, has 25 points and 19 rebounds. Trae Young don't play Rudy Gobert. Who was stopping Rudy Gobert? We lost that game by 3 freaking points. We had the lead twice in the fourth quarter. And we left Kobe Buffkin on the island against Anthony Edwards instead of double teaming him the last 2 shots of that game. Nobody can explain these things to me. I don't get it. Nobody can explain the Pacers game where we gave up 157 points in a game. Everybody gave up points in that game, and Trae was still not the one who gave up the most points in that game. Nobody can explain that. And of course, the play-in game against the Chicago Bulls, where Kobe freaking White had 42, Vucevic had 24, and DeRozan had 22. Was Trae Young playing all 3 of those players? No, he wasn't playing none of those players on defense, actually. See how that works? And I showed you this shot for shot, how the Bulls scored against us. And a few people who did watch were like, oh, well, actually, then I got to change my opinion on this because now I see who actually gave up the points on all of these possessions here, and I have to kind of change my mind a little bit about what I was saying before because I'm seeing it for myself. Here it is. It's broken. Here's the possession. Here's this layup. Here's this wide open shot. Here's this wide open shot. Here's this layup. Here's this wide open 3. And Hunter had 8 points, 2 rebounds in that game. Did that help us win that game that night? You remember the final score? Did it help us win?
And I'm not supposed to have an expectation that anybody does their job on a regular basis, though. I'm just supposed to shrug my shoulders and be like, it don't matter. No big deal. Who cares? Okay, fine. But now, you got certain players that aren't here no more. Bruno ain't here giving up 14 points a game off the bench anymore. Right? DJ, who wasn't playing no defense last year, he ain't in the lineup no more. Right? Wesley Matthews and these other Trent Forrest wasn't giving us nothing. Right? We're a much better team now overall than we were last year. But we got to finish it out, though. We can't sit with this. Because right now we're 7th in the East, but we're a sneeze away from being 3rd in the Eastern Conference in December. It matters. If we could at least get the 4th before the end of December and go into January, top 4 team in the East, it's wide open at that point. But we need to solidify that by getting the best center that we can. And Clint ain't it. Sorry, it just ain't. Are we in the feel good? But how long do we got to be in the feel good, what is it, Barney? I love you. When is it going to be about winning? Do y'all want to win a championship, or y'all just want to kind of think about winning a championship 5 years from now? Why can't we win it this year? We got all the tools to compete for an NBA championship in a series. 7-game series. 7-game series. 7-game series. We got tools to win a championship, but we can't do it like this. We can't do it by not playing Larry Nance Jr. on a regular basis. We can't do it with Clint. Clint doesn't do enough for you on a nightly basis to win you games. It's just a fact. It's a fact. It's a fact. Watch from the beginning of this video if you want to go through that again. I got to go. I got some stuff to do for my brother real quick. But again, check out Around the ATL. I went through all this over the last 3 months. Whole bunch of shows. I will start getting back on the air sooner than later, hopefully. Starting next week. I've not been able to do a lot just because circumstances beyond my control. But I'm going to start doing my reviews again, hopefully full game reviews soon. I also have some other shows on there that you would be interested in. So check those out. Again, IMTN Worldwide Radio on YouTube. There's the broadcast page. Hit subscribe and check it out. Let me know what you think. I'm going to redo my poll again. Do you want the Atlanta Hawks to win a championship this year? Why wouldn't you want the Hawks to win a championship, guys? Do you want the Hawks to win a championship? I'm going to keep asking it. Do you want the Atlanta Hawks to win the NBA Finals? They haven't won it before. were you cool about it then too, or something? I mean, again, it's like year after year, decade after decade, whoever is on the team, like we didn't win it the 12 seasons that Nick was here. We didn't do it with Al Horford and the guys and Joe Johnson. We didn't do it with Al Horford and Paul Millsap and the guys. You know, we haven't won an NBA championship with everybody prior to this new squad, new regime, whatever you want to call it, right? So when do you want the Hawks to win a championship? Like, give me a year. 2028, 2032. How old will Rob be in 2032? Too old. Lost his game, giving up 1 second chance point and 42 points in the paint. I swear to God. I wish I had not read that. Man, if I had read it last night, I would have crashed out. I'm glad I didn't, because I was really tired last night when I got back home, driving 4 hours in Atlanta. If I had seen that then, I would have been really mad. But glad I got some sense about it now. But anyway, guys, I'm just going over what the real is, like Mobb Deep. You know what I'm saying? So we're 7th in the East currently right now, and we had a game that was more than winnable last night. And besides the 12 free throws we lost, we can't keep having it to where the starting center is not able to outproduce or at least equal the opposing center that starts on a night-by-night basis. We can't keep letting that happen. So whether it be Porzingis, or whether it be Cat, or whether it be Bam, or whether it be Lopez, or whether it be Miles Turner, or whether it be Vucevic, or whether it be Duran. Well, Duran, they don't really let him shoot. Whether it be Joel Embiid, you see what I'm saying? Jacob Poeltl, Valanciunas, you see what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about? Whether it be Hartenstein, whether it be Sagun, whether it be, again, Joker, whoever it might be. We got to have some AD, Anthony Davis, Wemby, Ayton. I mean, Ayton scored 33 on us the last time we played them last year as well. They beat us. Why is Ayton going 15 for 20 from the floor, guys? You know what I'm saying? Like, why aren't y'all upset about these losses that we had last year? My phone is dying. Let me get out of here, guys. I'll talk to y'all later.